Yeah,
All right,
I just keep
hello
it steady on
everybody.
the
Welcome
magic.
back to
Do
the
my thing, I'm
Uprooted
healing, it's
podcast.
fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna just have
If I
some
fall,
good
rise
conversation
automatic.
about some good
You ain't
topics
on
with some
that,
good
you
people.
know. I'm the one raise myself like a tree from the roots. West side girl, cause she lit in the coast. East side girl when she speaks to the roots. Stay 100 cause she on with the truth. Been there on struggle, know that it pass. Only going up, yeah, the pain don't last. Ooh, take off. Ooh, take off. Ooh, take off. This is take off, take off, take off. Shorty like Brandy, fight like Monica. What you know about her? Baby girl rising, wet at the top. Shaking the world, don't expect her to stop. Purpose so great, she get what she got. Follow her step, cause she following God. What you need more, got a heart full of gold. Even at times when it's raining and cold. Ooh, she bout take off. Ooh, she bout.
Hey, it's your girl Hannah, aka Rutal. Welcome back to the Uprooted podcast and our weekly installment of Black Women Wednesday. Today, I'm gonna have my girl Abby on. You have seen her on Women in the Movement. A past episode I did highlighting several women behind the scenes doing it big. I love this good sis. She's doing amazing work, and she's gonna come tell us all about it. Haven't caught up in a while, so I'm excited. Oh, I see you, girl. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, everybody. All right. Okay, I see your request, sis. Let me bring you in. Let me bring you in. Okay, she coming, y'all. Imagine that. Oh, I'm early. Hey.
Hey sis.
You know I had to play Lauren for you. You know I had to play Lauren for you. I said, this is gonna be our anthem, me and you from now on. How you
Yes.
doing, sis? You look like you over here glowing. You came hair, visual, lighting. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh my God, this university, I'm in a study hall right now. They just have good lighting, so also kind of bad lighting too, because I'm not yellow in real life. Buddy.
You're okay, sis. You look good though.
Thank you. So you too. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
First of all, this is your home. This is gezahi. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you, sis.
I was like, you always gonna be one of my Black Women Wednesdays. So shit, we can have you on all the time. I think the audience would agree too.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy to be here. I love this
So
program, and I'm so just inspired by everybody you've had on. You just have
aw.
amazing conversations, and um, yeah,
Listen,
I'm gonna try not to go off on too many tangents because I feel like whenever we
yeah.
talk, we just talk
people
for
don't people don't understand. People don't understand. For those of y'all in the back, okay, listen. Me and Abby will go like on rabbit hole, like, like we'll take you like to the moon and back. Like
we'll get
that's
on
the
a call
way.
for like one reason specifically to talk about one thing, and then 2 hours later we're like, so
So,
did we
well,
talk? We
I have to plan it. Like I know, like because I love talking to you. I know, like I can't like just let me just call her real quick. No, 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 no. I have to like plan to like be like no, I need to have like my full attention and like I know she's gonna need it, and we're always running around. I'm so surprised you're not in a car. Like
I
so,
tried to change it up. I was really tempted. I was like,
I was so surprised. I'm so surprised. I was like, this girl is always in her car. She's always on the move. like like just boom boom bam, get it done. I appreciate your hustle all over the place. Okay, everybody love you. Okay, you see they came ready for you. They said my favorite tagados. Okay, like listen, I love it, all the support. Thank y'all, thank y'all. um and so it's been a while. Okay, so catch me up. What are you actually, before we catch up, because we could go right into it. I'd be forgetting. I know you, the audience might not remember you. So for those of you guys who don't remember Abby, can you tell them a little bit about who you are, where you come from, and what you're doing right now?
um, this is the part that I kind of hate. I'm just gonna be because I don't. So I'm Abby. Hi everybody. Uh, I don't
He's
know.
so cute.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to promote this event that's happening. And I don't know. There's not a lot of interesting facts I can just like give out, but just for some context, I guess what I'm studying. public health administration. That was actually inspired by my last trip to Tigray in 2019. I just, you know, I felt like, okay, this is where I can serve. This is the type of knowledge that I want to implement when I go back there. So that was like the whole impetus for pursuing, this degree. And I took a couple years off to really, really figure it out. But professionally, I work as a social media marketing consultant. So that's just what I do for a living. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
This girl, okay, listen, just say she's booked and busy. She's booked and busy, okay? She's a whole student, for the audience, let me help you. Because y'all like don't like to big yourselves up, which is okay. It's our nature, but she is a full student, an amazing woman just in general. All the positions you play in your life, you are still a daughter, right? Like you're still doing family stuff as well. You work, and you are doing advocacy for Tigray right now, right? So you are a full like that. That's really just what I want people to know is that you booked and busy, and you making it happen. And I want them to be inspired by that. Like you can get it done. Like you can, if you stay focused on what is important to you, you will make it happen.
Amen. Amen. Should I go next with you? Should I give everybody the whole rundown?
No, not at all. This is not about me. This is not about me. This is about the people. This is Black Woman Wednesday. I'm bringing y'all on to inspire. They already know who I am. They watching me talk every week. They need to know who y'all are. So
hi tonight. No. I'm just not reading the comments.
Hi, no, you're good. You're good. Look at them. They're here today. So we've been in several different groups working behind the scenes, and y'all have a big event coming up. So, it's still us fighting Tigray genocide. The cause hasn't changed. We're just continuing to do the work. And you have a big event coming up on Friday, right? This Friday, like day after tomorrow. Okay. So why don't you start to just kind of introduce what that is, what that's about, who, kind of is running this and like why.
Perfect. Hi, Madi. So yes. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I'll just start with like how this initiative came about, why people might just be hearing about it right now, kind of short notice, but basically, so this initiative is, the idea came from one of the board members in SJTE, and I'll explain what that is, but the whole impetus behind this event is in commemoration of We Are the World anniversary, the 36th anniversary. So for those of you who were not alive in the 80s, who did not exist yet,
AKA us. Yeah, I was like, AKA us.
I said that yesterday on a live, and then I played it back. I'm like, girl, you were not alive in the 80s either.
No.
But
it's okay.
I'm just trying to give context because some people just don't know. So basically, that was a really monumental mobilizing effort on behalf of, it was initiated, doing my research, it was initiated by Harry Belafonte, and he's a legend in his own right, but also a civil rights activist. So he basically, linked with Quincy Jones' whole repertoire of artists, from Michael Jackson to Diana Ross to Stevie Wonder, Billy Joel, like just, a whole lineup of incredible people that were really, really influential. What they did was impactful because they put all their egos aside to come together for one purpose and one purpose only, which was to help humanity, was to address the crisis, was to come together as one. And the impact was incredible. They raised, like, just off of that effort, it was like $65 million to do that. So, and they, it saved lives at the end of the day. So that's the whole, like, we're just remembering that and also acknowledging the cyclical nature of, this happening again, because this is not new to us, right? Like, exactly. This is not the first time there's been a man-made famine. We'll touch on that too, that aspect. It's people, the average person might not realize, like, a huge part of this, why our people continuously have gone through this, is because of governmental policy. right? Like there is an agricultural aspect with the drought, but it's highly socio-political at the same time. That's just like the whole
I
reason.
know. I love it. I felt you. I was like me. I was like I could bait her right now and be like, yeah, let's. And then I was like, no, 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 no. We're gonna stay on
We'll
task
save,
today.
I know we will. We'll save a conversation for later because
Yeah.
I do want to talk to you.
Yes.
I'm just talking to you.
Yeah. I was like, wait. I was like, yeah, you know. And then I almost went down that systematic train. Okay. So no, focus, y'all. Focus. So the essential pieces is think about this. They put this whole concert together 36 years ago for the same exact problem. That is like full stop right there. Like that should like shock the hell out of people, right? Because it's like if you don't pause and think, wait, we doing this again? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's something wrong with you. It shouldn't just be a normal thing that 36 years later we still need that same anthem and we still need the same help. So it's kind of crazy. Do you remember too? Wasn't there like there was a woman that they had like brought up on the stage, one of the Tagada women. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, wow, imagine her like surviving that, and then think about this concert and like all that hope and everything. I don't know. Let me not go too down that road, but I just think about her story and I think about that concert, and I'm just like, wow, we're back here. We're back here.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I'm that specific woman because SJTE, with this is their initiative. It's all of our campaign, but a few of those members were responsible for building the school that facilitated her being a nurse.
Wow.
So like it's even more personal. It's even more like it just everything
That just
kind
hit
of.
me.
So
that just like hit me in my chest.
And like our parents, like they've been doing the work for decades. With they haven't had a choice. They've been doing this work for a long time. So to hear that story and to hear like their idea and really trusting us, like it's not just me, by the way. Like there's a whole team. There's a lot of teams.
Oh yeah.
Ribka has been going in. She's been doing so much work with the event.
Yeah.
Sarah, I could go on and on. There's a lot of people involved in this effort. So it's not about me. It's not about specifically SJTE. It's not about that. We're all coming together. We're all coming, we're all coming together for the whole purpose is to feed our people, right? There's a huge need for our internally displaced. They don't have access to food. Time's not on our side. We're in our 6th month, right? So like imagine going through months of this, like we just don't have time. So we need to all just like really focus on this specific effort because it's such a prime opportunity to reach the average person too, right? And to make it more accessible for them. And maybe we can touch on that a little bit later. But just thinking about the like their initiative and the idea behind it is
can you break down the acronym for people?
Yeah, I'll be careful with this because they're dropping the E. Don't judge them. They're just taking some time to rebrand. So it's Security and Justice for Tigrayans in Ethiopia. And this was their organization was established before the war. And mainly what they focus on is like building schools and community projects back home. And then, subsequent after the war, they have been organizing all of the global protests and mostly the national protests. And they've just become like a huge advocacy and diplomacy hub. But I guess they're doing a lot of that work now. Just to give you some background, there some further background on Ethiopia.
Oh, wait, you're breaking up a little bit, Hafte.
So for anybody who would like.
Not the Comcast school Wi-Fi too.
Check them out. There's Tigrinya translations there, obviously. So yeah, send the website around, get acquainted with them.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, they're very. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were like cutting out a little bit. I was just like, uh-oh. Okay, okay. Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit. So you said that they can get involved sjte dot was it org?
Yes, so sjteethiopia.org. And so that is, they're dropping the E, just give them some time. So Security and Justice for Tigray.
Mm-hmm.
And their Instagram is at SJT SJT Tigray. So I'll put it right here in the chat, so you guys can visit them, visit their website, and that'll give you a better idea of them just in general. And definitely follow them, show them doing a concerted effort to have a more online presence so that people can stay tapped in and be involved.
Okay. Okay, I got it pinned. Perfect. So this event now, like let's pull forward to where we're at. So for Friday, this event is going to be We Are the World remixed like for our generation. So tell them a little bit about that, because I know that the campaign is a two-parter.
Exactly, you got it right. So it's two parts. One is
Mm-hmm.
concerted effort to flood the feed beginning at a certain time, all of us together, posting content. So our teams are curating content for Twitter templates, of course, what we've been doing, but we're trying to kick it up a notch and provide Instagram visuals, Facebook content, like pretty much all that we can. So
Yeah.
that'll be like one of the calls to action. That's the raise the awareness part. So everybody, that'll be in a link tree. When I refer to the social media toolkit, that's what that is. So everybody will be provided with a link tree. We've done a concerted effort to reach out to people so that, you know, they will definitely get that information. Keep in mind, some of the links will not be live until Friday, the donation and then the materials as well. Don't expect that. Even if you get the link, they'll be ready 8 a.m. on Friday so that you can post. So that's one part, the raise the awareness part. The
Wait, which time zone? Which time zone?
Oh, thank you. So 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, that's 11 for you East Coast people. Just so they, because you gotta, I be forgetting all the time. So
I know, I'm so
8
selfish. I'm like, everyone's on my time.
on my time. No. So 8 a.m. if you're on the Pacific. If you're on the East Coast, that's 11 for you. Also, let me help you in the audience. The reason why, when you're trying to flood an algorithm, is you need people to post at the same time for it to like really start to get some traction. So, you know, I don't know, set a reminder. I'll put a reminder on my story.
Girl,
I'll put the
too.
link. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link up. I'll put the link in my stories that day too. We're all gonna be supporting this effort. So I just wanted to make that clear for the audience. There will be no reason why you can't find it. If you're listening to it on my page right now, it'll be on my page. So just go where you normally get your information on these movements. So okay, so that's the first part, is flood the feed. Flood. Wow, I can't even say it.
Oh, you got it.
Flood the feed. Okay. Wow. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Okay. Continue. Happy. Sorry.
You got it. You got it. And you're exactly right. That's like that's a huge part of it. We want everybody to be doing the same thing at the same time throughout the day too. Like, don't start at 8 a.m. and then, you know, once your your stuff is posted, reach out to your friends, you know, give them at least to put in your bio. So there's that. So that's a concerted effort. That'll begin 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's when the event will actually be taking place. There will be different things involved. There'll be like history lessons, testimonials, challenges. Like, it's really going to be a mix, and there's a whole team really moving that effort. So a lot of it is a surprise too. So it'll be entertaining, it'll be fun. It's not going to be 24 hours, so you definitely want to be there when it starts and then just go through the whole thing. And then what we're hoping for is people who will join, that they donate. That's the whole purpose for this. This is why we're doing this, to get food in our people's mouths. Right? So that's the bottom line. We want people to donate, and we want everybody, the Tagaro community, obviously, to support, but everybody outside too. That will be like a huge measurement of how successful this is, at least in my eyes, because the average person doesn't really, they need to be included in this. This is everybody's campaign. This is everybody's responsibility to make sure that, these grotesque things that are happening to our people, not just the famine, but it's just so ugly. So, yeah, rest assured your money is going to go directly to IDPs, so food and supporting medical supplies.
Okay. And for you guys who, I don't know if we said this clearly, this event starts 10 a.m. PST, right? 10 a.m. PST, which is 1 p.m. EST on Clubhouse. Like, that part is important. The event is going to be going on Clubhouse. So make sure if you're not on Clubhouse yet and you need an invite, I got like 7 or something crazy like that. Like, I got a bunch still. So if you need an invite for Clubhouse, let me know. I think it's still in beta testing, so you do need an iPhone. So I will tell you guys that. If you don't have it, or is there going to be a work? I don't know if there's a workaround. Find a friend who has an iPhone and listen in.
Exactly. Like, if you can't make it to the event, first figure out how right now to get into Clubhouse, and we can set that up for you. DM me, DM Hannah, if you have parents, even our board members at the SGD. They're like, I don't know what direction to go in. What is this app? I need a GPS to navigate. So we'll figure it out for you. We'll definitely figure it out for you.
Oh wait, you just cut out.
Do you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Got it. So the reason we chose Clubhouse is because there's been a lot of successful events that have happened so far. And there's a lot of different audiences, so many different people, and it's really easy to get people involved, in those types of things. So people who have done the events, been a part of different initiatives, whether it be, the challenges that No Hay does, or, the $3 insulin, or the 24 hours, it's a group effort. So there's been a huge effort of a collaborative to make this as best as it can be. There's a lot of potential, and we're just trying to expand and done what has, worked.
Listen, we gonna be everywhere, okay? If there's people who don't know about TikTok, we gonna find a way to tell them. So if you don't like Clubhouse, that's okay. You don't have to be on there. I would actually I'm gonna challenge this. I'm gonna speak this into the universe that somebody is gonna do this. If you're on Clubhouse and you know people who don't have it, I want you to like live stream it on something, right? Because you can live stream the audio. So like if you're gonna live stream it on your Facebook for Abeti, or live stream it on a different platform, do that for your friends that don't have Clubhouse, so that they can still be involved. Because you see Abby, all the rest of us who are gonna just jump in and be helping that day, it's gonna be hard for us to try to manage that part. But if you are have more free time, if you could live stream it to your different audiences, that's another way to spread this even further.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's like the general idea. I think we broke it down for people in terms of like the expectations, the time, the day, what we want people to, be doing. Hopefully we don't run into any technical issues. You can't really predict those things, but I'm super responsive. If there's any issues the day of, just DM me. I'll take care of it, but it should be fine. We're working really hard as a group to make sure that this is, we make the most money for our people, basically.
Yeah. Can I just say, I'm just like, I've been working with you from maybe not day one, but damn near day one of this war. And like you have just, you have not stopped. Like, you have just not stopped. And you're just like, you stay focused. You're just like, no, this is the job. Our people, this is what is important. And you just, man, I don't know if enough people tell you, but I am just impressed, because the way I'd be like, ooh, not today, child, not today. I'd be like, I need some sub, I need some something. But like you always just am like, but you know what? It's about the people, and you're always on mission. And I love and I appreciate that about you. And I just want to take a second to pause, because we went over a lot of information. If y'all are not paying attention, this woman is working hard. The way that she's I know.
It's not about me though. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not about you, but if you don't pat yourself on the back sometimes, I don't want you to burn out. So
that is true.
You got to feel the love. Let that love in. Just let it feel good for a second, you know? I know. I promise I will not. I won't do too much. I just wanted you to pause for just a second just to take this all in. So let's see. I want to make sure too, because you got to get all your information. Was there a part, flood the feed, Clubhouse event? There's going to be a link in the bio. Everyone's going to have, there are visuals for you to post on your feeds. There's a Twitter campaign for you to be involved in. I've challenged y'all personally to make sure that you get your people involved. If you need invites to the app, we got them. I feel like a peddler. I'm like, we got invites. who need one? We got you.
I love it though. Let's put people on the spot. No,
come on in. So tell us, is there something we're missing? We got the website. There's a YouTube. Is there a YouTube link that you shared with me? I'm not sure what that's for though.
Yeah. So the YouTube link was just the general idea, the original video. Context. We're gonna share that as well. That'll be incorporated in the visual. We pretty much covered everything. I think we just need to reiterate and emphasize that this is, it's everybody's campaign. Everybody is invited. Somebody said, Hannah, send me.
I got you. I got you. Don't even worry.
Who else?
I got him. No problem.
That's perfect. I love that. Okay. So yeah, we want everybody to be there, everybody to support. And the other thing is to amplify our messaging, to get the word out. If you know influencers, if you know people who are down for the cause, people who have been supporting, who know what's going on and really want to support, contact them. Get with the team who are handling outreach, and figure out a way that we can collaborate together, because the more our message gets out, the better it'll be for our people and the faster we can find solutions, right? Yeah. Because a lot of it is like, people want to help, but they don't know how to get into the community. They don't really know what space to be in. They don't want to overstep. How do you be an ally? All of these different things. We need to put a concerted effort into having those conversations. You never know, sparing 30, 45 minutes of your day just to talk to somebody, see where they're at, kind of give them down, answer questions, find out their skill set. Those types of things will go a long way. Trust me. So we need to be doing better with that, outreaching, making people feel included in this movement, because I don't care who you are. You can be Asian, blue, black, brown, purple, green, I don't care. If you have a heart and you want to see this genocide end, we want you on board. We want you to help us. Let's collaborate. Let's figure it out, because we don't have time.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's take a second, because some of the people I know that are involved, a lot of them, in just speaking on like how a lot of these Clubhouse events even came together, was just a bunch of people, right, sitting in rooms together and being like, man, I want to do something for Tigray, and people just throwing out ideas left and right, and then boom, here you go, right? Like, next thing you know, you're working collaboratively and you're putting these events together, and you thought you could maybe raise $1,000, and then you hit 5 instead, right? Or you hit 10 instead. And it's just kind of a momentum that's building. And the cool thing about Clubhouse, for people who are not on it, is really easy to just ping random people in rooms, right? Because it's not really intrusive. You're in an audience, so it's not like you can just listen and leave. So it's really easy to like randomly connect with people, because it's not as invasive, you know what I mean? And for those of you who are like me, and I'm not trying to walk up to people in the street sometimes, just because, well, one, it's a pandemic, but two, like, this is not naturally, right? It's not always natural to everyone to do that. Well, here you are on social media. It's really easy to connect with people just by like pinging them into a room, you know what I mean? And they'll see it on their feeds. And so the other thing with Clubhouse is, like, the bigger the rooms are, like, the more traction they'll get, because people are like, oh, there's a lot of people in there, what's going on, so they're nosy and they'll get in there. So like, don't underestimate that, because there's been times where people are giving testimonials in there, or we'll just be talking about something, and then those people feel compelled to move to act, because they're listening to you a real human being speaking about this issue in real time, and like you're giving them in that moment here's 3 ways you can help. So I just want, just to inspire that, because a lot of these things that are happening are doable by everyone. So your allies, right? Your other people, they can then go and host rooms for their audiences as well, and invite us to their spaces so that we can, reach a different crowd of people. So don't underestimate the power of even just hosting these things, just believing in yourselves as youth. Abby is a perfect example of someone who just will randomly jump on a on a stage, and just go. And I was like, what day was that? Can we talk about that for a second? I don't even think that we talked about like that. What was it? You went into some room. I can't remember which it was, but we're able to just jump on a stage and here's an audience of 1,000+ people or whatever, and you're able to take 2 to 3 minutes to speak on what the issue is, and the importance of like getting over yourself and your fear, and being able to speak for the people. What was that like? And if you can explain that to some.
Absolutely. I'd love to touch on that. So I'll just say briefly too, like in terms of strategy, this is something that we all collectively need to talk about. So after this live, let's find a time to do that. I don't want to say too much, there might be
Yeah, we know who be watching, okay? We know.
We know, but nothing we said is wrong. So it's fine. But
yeah.
But in terms of that, in that particular incident, I think you're referring to, there was a room with Eric Weinstein, and he's like I love his podcast. He's a super bright guy, and I love his takes on just current events and what's happening. Mm-hmm. Even when he talks about like math and physics, it goes over my head. I'm like, but I just like to listen to him. So anyway, he had a room, and he's pretty influential in a lot of spaces. So there was like, I think it was like 2,500 people in the room. And I went in the room just to listen to him. It was like a Q&A type of thing. He was like, ask me anything. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to try to go on stage and talk about this. Because it was at the time, we were just so desperate, to get people. I'm like, this is maybe, I wasn't expecting anything, but, one of the mods put me on stage, and then they went down the rows. And I just kind of said, like, look, like, while I have the mic, I'm going to be, I totally thank you so much for, letting me speak and, have space on this stage that, whatever. But, while I'm here, I need to be a voice for the voiceless. I need to speak for my people, because what is happening is disgusting, and not enough people know about it. And even like, it might've been a little bit awkward for them, because they're like, oh my God, genocide, like all this stuff. I was just like, there's, just naming off all the facts. There's 4.5 million people starving today. I was just like listing off all these different things, what is happening. And at one point he was like, okay, so what can we do to help? Like type of thing, to like just get me to kind of wrap it up. But he was really respectful. And even in that interaction, the next day he reposted about the Aksum massacre, and that was like 6,000 retweets, 7,000, like, so just things like that. And like, so that wasn't planned. It was just like, oh, I saw it and I saw an opportunity. And I think that's really how we should be using Clubhouse. I mean, no judgment. I totally understand we need our spaces.
Yeah.
But just like keeping in mind that like there's a lot of work to do. And if you're on Clubhouse every single day, talking every single day, I hope that you're also doing something for Tigray at the same time.
You can do 2 things at once. So like, what I tell people, because I'm the balance queen of like, hey, take care of yourself because you need to recharge, and then go back and work, right? And it's more so of take the opportunities that make sense, right? Like social media gives you the power to connect with more people than you would in one day. Like on an average day, doing not that the footwork doesn't work, right? Protests are amazing. But if you're not, you know what I'm saying? You literally don't have to do as much work if you're on social media, because there's a million people that are actively like participating in different conversations. So even finding a way, like for me, finding a way to naturally even bring up the issue has been like my other go-to, is like, yeah, well, you know what that relates to? And then I'll like, kind of be like, yeah, systematic oppression, let's talk about it, right? Like, so I will, I kind of like ears perk up for those type of things. and then just building different opportunities and walking into them. That's the other thing too, is like, you see an opportunity, you actually got to walk into it, instead of like being too scared and getting out of your own way. So I think there's a way to be healthy, and something that we used to do, and I don't know if it just depends now, because like the app changes every day, social media changes every day, they're always creating new features, but just being aware of who's in your audience all the time, right? Like, there, if your audience is starting to shift where it's not just Tagaru anymore, just being present enough to be like, hey, we have, you know, the attention. Those of you who are going to be new to Clubhouse, those of us who have been on there, we already know this. But those of you who are new, who are like, we're about to send you invites, you're going to come on this event, you're whatever, you're going to see us naturally switch. Like, when there is an audience who we're like, oh, this is an opportunity to inform, we're going to switch to that, and then switch back to like relaxing when, you know, when it's time to relax. So it's just finding a balance. Everyone's finding it now. But I want you all to know that literally some of these fundraisers, these things that you guys are able to create, is so amazing to me, because it's like organically, because people who want to help are all in a room sitting together. And when you put all of that like focus and energy and drive and passion in one place, like, this is the type of things that happen. And so we want to get the rest of the community more involved in this, and like, so that they, hopefully you keep replicating. We want you to keep replicating events. We want you to keep spreading awareness. And these women are literally giving you the blueprint. Like, here, this is how we did it. Look at, this is successful. You can go and do this too. So that's why I love having y'all on, because I'm always forever inspired. Everybody, we be in the middle of our work days, walking to class, you're in the car, this person's doing this, and we're still sitting here planning, because women, what, we multitask. Okay, we are efficient. We are very efficient.
You're absolutely right too. That's why everything you said I agree with, and that's why I said like no judgment. Like, I'm not with everybody every second of the day. Like, I've said this before, like, sometimes, you know, in those spaces, it's the only peaceful hour that they get. Our people deserve, you know, like, to be in community. So I totally understand. It's like the place where, you know, safe spaces, especially our rooms. I completely understand that. And I agree with you. It's just a matter of like being a little bit more focused in terms of everything, because it focused in terms of like how much work needs to get done, and then, you know, but it's no judgment at the same time. Like, I'm coming from a place of, I want our people to be, you know, in the diaspora, in Tigray, wherever, you know, our people are, I want them to be, and I want them to, you know, be good. So yeah, I think everybody should be on Clubhouse and think about how can we use this platform to really help our people.
Yeah, I think the words that kept popping up for me as we were talking about this is intentionality, and like, you know, purpose driven work. And it's just a mind shift for me, that has shifted. Like, I don't know if everyone else has had it. It's just kind of like, if I want to, activism shows up in everything, because like me, my existence is already an act of, you know what I mean? Like, being Black, like, it's already an act of resistance. So me being in a space naturally allows for any type of conversation that I want, right? Because that's just who I am. So if I'm leading, and my mindset is always like, how do I flip this into like helping people, which is what I do. I feel like I'm a healer, right? So I'm always thinking of that. When you shift your mindset, you'll be amazed at like, actually, I could do this. Is an opportunity for awareness. Actually, this is an opportunity to get someone to donate money. This is an opportunity. Then you'll see everything. You'll start to like see everything as an opportunity for change. And that is when momentum really starts to go. And my best friend actually messaged me the other day, and she was like, you know, y'all are really doing something. Like, I'm seeing Tigray on my Reddit feed. I'm seeing Tigray getting covered in the news now. I'm seeing, so like, all of these things are adding up. Like, we are starting to reach an outside audience, and I want us to like continue to that momentum. And I want like those of you who are still trying to find your way into this world of activism and what that looks like, we're just going to continue to give you these ideas and inspire you, because these women have been literally phenomenal in finding the most creative ways to show up for our people. You know, Abby doesn't like to take too much credit. She's one of them, but it is a sea. There is a sea of them. That's why I had to do a weekly series and give everybody an individual opportunity to like, I want to make sure they get their flowers. Okay, you're back, sis. So that's kind of where I am at. I'm thinking, no, you're good. You're good. You're like, you like again. You're always on the move. So I expect you to need
I'm
to need
searching
an
for
adjustment.
time. I'm trying to find it.
I know you're so good. You're so good. The we're leading up into our time, so I wanna go to my favorite question. You're already answering it. You always do. My guests always answer this question, and they don't even realize it. Is what is the legacy that you want to leave? It's a big question, I know, but
Um,
I feel like you have a good answer.
I really don't. I would say I'm probably just trying to build off of what my dad has already done and just help and amplify all of his efforts, because he's been doing this work for decades since he got from Sudan, escaping not
Hmm.
escaping, but you know what I mean, what our parents had to go through. So
Yeah.
really, that's like where my heart is at. I see like the need and everything he shared with it. Everything is from his heart. He's not why he serves, why he does not sleep, why he does everything for Tigray. It's very genuine. So that's where my inspiration comes. I just want to, you know,
Yeah, give your
continue
dad
like
your
that.
flowers. Go ahead.
Yeah,
He deserves it. They work hard, like, and they raise children that work hard too, and that are compassionate, and that, like, we don't just work to work. We work for people, and we love our people, and
hmm,
that's why I said I think you that is a good answer. Like the legacy of kindness, the legacy of caring, the legacy of giving love, the legacy of empowering others. That's a beautiful legacy. That is an absolutely beautiful legacy. And you do it every day. Like
thank
you
you.
don't make me cry. Okay.
Okay,
I've
we can
been
try later.
I don't
This is
I
gonna be
know.
beautiful. A lot of people. You already know
This is
I've been
what
on
I do.
that cry.
This is what this is what I do. I don't even wear makeup on the show no more because y'all be making me all boohooey and teary eyed. So I'm like, forget it. Y'all just gonna see me in my natural element, and then when it's time for me to look bad, I'm gonna look bad. But you know what? It's okay. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart. Like
Yeah.
you do it all the time. There's very few people, like everyone knows this, right? Like I'm accessible in terms of like when it comes to work, when it comes to other stuff. There's very like I have a select group of people that I'm like actively always thinking about. I hope they're doing well.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to like watch your journey. If you like just to talk, you know what I mean, not even just, oh, I will spend hours on the phone with you type of thing. You're one of those people because I know you're good. Like
Thank
your heart is good, your heart is big and it's full and it's loving, and you're like also very considerate, and you're also very like much worried about other people and how they're doing. So I have to make sure
you.
I tell you these things, you know. You need to know them about yourself and that
Thank
you're already doing it. I'm sure your dad over here so proud. Like, look at his daughter going around doing all this work, promoting, working with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is like a blessing. And like, that is something that is, I just don't want us to wait 10 years from now to pay attention to this. Like, our life is happening right now.
Thank you. I received that. And right back at you. Everything you said, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you and everything. All their conversations is a lot of times kept me sane. I'm like, am I the only one thinking this? Like, what should we do? Type of thing. So just know you're eternally appreciated, eternally loved, unconditionally, just everything. Um, and then, can you hear me?
Yep.
And then I know I don't want to take too much of your time too. I
Oh,
know
you're
you're
good.
probably wrapping up, but for those who just joined, we are talking about a lot of things, but we are mainly, you know, we want to just let everybody know the event that's happening on the 23rd, April 23rd, which is this Friday. So that is a huge collective effort to raise money for internationally displaced people who need food, who need medical supplies, all of the essentials. We have a way to get it to them. So invite your friends, invite people outside of the community, tell them what's up, tell them to look out for the link tree, which will have the social media toolkit, the content, the visuals that you need to repost. You know how we do Twitter templates. This might be a little different. You might have to go the extra mile and copy and paste depending on how much time we have to just, but you're going to do that. Everybody's going to do that. You're just going to copy and paste the text that somebody wrote out, and then you're going to put it on your page, Facebook, Instagram, and we have awesome visuals. Thank you, Zach. And just shout out shout out shout out to the whole team too. Like, it's not just me, my face is showing, but Ribka, Fenan, gotten a lot of advice from Adis and Sisi and Tirha, Jerusalem, Nove, Nahom, Nohe, Sarah, Mabel. How is it? Like, there's so many people that are really trying to make this. Somehow, there's, there's so many people. I don't want to forget anybody, so I'm just going to stop and say that. But just know that, like, this is a huge collective effort. The words are coming out of my mouth, but the only way this is going to be successful is if we do it together, is if we are all in the event, if we're all sharing, if we're all doing the same things. And then also bear in mind, it is kind of in a short time frame. That's why you'll see my face a lot more the next few days to do promo. But just understand, like, if there's any technical issues, you can DM me if you're unclear about things, but you're going to save this live, so it should be pretty clear. It's in commemoration of We Are the World, so there's a huge universal theme. We have a prime opportunity to tap outside of our own networks and just invite everybody to come and to collaborate and to learn about our history and to, interact with the audience. Again, the teams have been working really hard to make the Clubhouse event the best that it can be. So I just wanted to say that.
I mean, they said special guest surprise appearances. Like, let me help you wrap this up for you, because the work has been done for you. Everything is ready. Everything is gonna come. Why your phone? I have to go into my full, like, Habesha dad, like, speech. It's like they have done all the work. I'm not even gonna take credit. I'm just gonna jump in, right? So all you gotta do.
You're a part of it.
No. But I'm saying this is how easy it is to get involved, right? Because they think there's a lot of there's a lot of coordination that they already did. All you got to do is hop on Clubhouse, hit ping, and add a couple people to the room. Donate. Go on your Twitter, just copy and paste. Then, go on Facebook, do the same thing. Like, and guess what? You could do this while you sit there and drink your bunna and eat your, like, food, and just do this, put the AirPod in, or who cares? Put it on speaker, make sure everybody else in the room can hear what's going on. Turn off TMH no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that to your parents. They'll fight you. But you can just do what the parents do. Yeah, don't worry. The Abiti know what's up. They know what's going on. So they gonna be happy. They're gonna be like, what are the Kolo doing? And then, like, let them know that their kids are putting it down for them, holding it down, for them. And that's it. That's all we want. That's all we want, is everybody to do their part to make this just 10 times better. Like, if everybody, like, simple math, if 10 people ping 10 people, right? And then those 10 people, you know what I'm saying? It just starts to multiply. We want to do multiplication on Friday. You know what I'm saying? We are multiplying.
The whole equation. I was like, oh, you're brave. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I'm not doing the whole math. No. Wait. We live kid. I'm a healer, not a mathematician. I'm just saying I understand how things work. So, y'all, see, Sarah said it. We got this, y'all. We do. No Hayes Anything for Tigray challenge. Okay, this is my Anything for Tigray is participating in this and shamelessly asking everyone to do the same. So I love it. Again, like I said, if you see Abby, you just think of focus. Like, I want them to know, like, if you think of Abby, think of focus, think of drive, think of, do this from your heart, and, like, let your passion lead you, because the way that this woman just gets through every day is amazing and phenomenal. And I hope that y'all are inspired. Don't be trying to be shy and shit. What? Good if you more.
All right, after this, I don't know if I can do it right after this because I have to prep for another meeting, but
you're good.
Send an alarm to do the same thing to you.
That's okay. Don't worry. I have been getting better at receiving my flowers. Okay, so this is no problem for me.
Not like in the figure. Good. Some flowers to your house. Text me your address after this so I can.
Look at her. She's so serious. Okay, anyways, the henna. I will. I love you so much. Like, I will see you, on the interwebs. Yes, when you're done running around, shoot me a text. And then y'all already got the news. So thank you everybody for participating. When you see us post it, repost it. We'll see you where? On Clubhouse on Friday, 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST. If you're other places in the world, I'm sorry. I know I'm American and we don't know how to think that far in terms of time zone. So forgive me. But yes, that is the end of today. Thank you, Abby, so much for coming on. And good luck. All your other promo this week. I'll see you on Friday half day.
Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem. Bye, y'all.